Hey, how's it going, people? Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 2. 2-0 win, a very weird game, I'm not gonna lie. Very weird game where the outcome, in a way, doesn't completely kind of display what actually was happening in the game. Because overall, the game, the starting 11, of course, comes out. Everyone's happy, lovely, jubbly, because Timber is starting at left back, not the politician Bart Simpson, aka Zinchenko. Rest of the team, pretty much what everyone expected. Obviously, during the day, the news came out that Gabriel Jesus is injured. Says a small groin injury, should be out for some time. Nobody knows how long. Everyone's hoping for about 3-4 weeks. Hoping, we don't know how long it will be, but everyone's hoping for 3-4 weeks, of course, as less as possible. But yeah, overall, the game starts and everything. Arsenal slowly selling the game, but Arsenal looked very lost at times. We were passing around. It felt like the starting 11, if you exclude Timber, is the starting 11 we had most of the matches. Not well, and Partey, but Partey has been here for years. But most of the matches we have played in general, like Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Rice, everyone has been together for some time. Yet sometimes it felt like they have never played together. Like legitimately, they have never played together, and it was all over the place, and nobody knew what's going on. For me, the first half was very slow, very sluggish, very predictable. The way they set the mid block and the low block in general was to the perfect T to completely nullify what Arsenal were doing, and it worked to perfection for them. If you ask me, we didn't do much. They tried to hit us on a counter. They pressed when they had the advantageous position to press, and they did it in such a way that they forced us into some mistakes, and we should have been 1-0 down at halftime. Let's be real. The way Rodgers pressed Gabriel, then he falls to the ground. It's a foul. No, it's not. Let's be real. He loses the ball. Then the ball gets passed to Watkins, and he misses empty net pretty much. That should have been 1-0 to Villa. How mad is that, if you ask me? And the first half was very subpar from every single player. Let's be real, nobody had anything to be happy about because the first half was very subpar. As I said, slow, sluggish, nothing impressed me, let's just say that. It looked more that Aston Villa will score the first and win the game at some point than Arsenal actually is going to win the game. And that was kind of the vibe throughout also the second half, if we move to the second half. Because Martinelli in the first half had a shit performance, I'm not gonna lie. Very awful performance. And it was kind of predictable what he's gonna do. Matty Cash got injured. They sub on 18-year-old Nedeljkovic for right back. Never took advantage of that. He completely shut him down when they tried to take advantage of that. And most of the times Martinelli passed it back or puts his head down, runs towards the end line, and hopes he catches the ball so he can put a random cross somewhere before it goes out of play. And most of the time it went out of play. Or hits his weak foot, so it was a shit cross. Martinelli is such a bad player at the moment. He's not a bad player in general, but he is a bit overhyped. And since that one season he has been a massive shadow of himself. Why Trossard wasn't starting and why Trossard wasn't subbed on at halftime still is a massive joke, and no idea why that happened. Let's be real. In second half, no subs. We move in the second half, and again, they have a chance, and Raya makes insane saves. Onana has a shot, Gabriel blocks it, but it ricochets, deflects in a way that hits the bar. Raya falls into the goal, and the ball falls straight to Watkins. He tries a diving header. It was more or less towards the middle part of the goal, and Raya just instinctively just dives in with his reflexes towards the ball and saves it. Phenomenal save. He did something similar he did last week against Strand Larsen as well, when he was jumping to the left and saved the last hand, moving to the right. He did something similar today, but he was on the ground and he just saved it. It was massive, because if that went in, we could have been screwed in a way. Because after that, Martinelli comes on and comes off, and thank God he came off, because he was shocking. Arguably the worst player on the pitch today. For me, the worst player, together with Rice, because how Rodgers spun him like a yo-yo all the time around. Also very embarrassing. Put him on a yellow and everything. In the first half specifically. In second half it was a bit less, but he still did his thing. Rodgers looks like a phenomenal player for Aston Villa, and only 7 or 8 million from Middlesbrough as well. He was signed from City Academy, who they signed from West Brom, if I'm not mistaken. Actually looks like a massive baller, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, back to the game for Arsenal. In general, we tried to do our best, but it never felt like we're gonna score. Because we played very slow, very lethargic, then we kind of picked up the tempo a bit, and then we tried to maybe make a bit risky pass. It sometimes worked, sometimes didn't, but always lacked the finishing pass, the finishing key pass, or the finishing touch. So at the end of the day, it never felt like we were gonna score. And then Martinelli comes off, thank God. For me, at least, thank God, he was shocking. And for the performance today, I'm giving him 1 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, 1 out of 10. Worst performance I've seen more or less ever him have. Genuinely, at the moment in this season, how he has started compared to last season, everything, he looks like one-hit wonder. I'm not saying he is, but at the moment he has implications of that. I'm not gonna lie. We need a winger for that instance, and it's not wonder that Arteta already, while we have Martinelli here, has tried to replace Martinelli 2 times. And the 3rd time would be Nico Williams, by the way, if we sign him, for example, just hypothetically, right? It would be the 3rd time. It's not a coincidence. But Trossard comes on, in my opinion, the best finisher in the team, most clinical finisher in the team. Saka catches the ball, drives across the middle part of the box, and Trossard slots it in and makes it 1-0. And everyone goes nuts. Nobody knows what's going on because it was, as much as I want to say, it was completely in opposite direction of the way the game was going. It felt that way. Maybe it wasn't per se because Arsenal were trying to create, they were attacking, Villa were trying to hit us on a counter and everything, but it was going that way. You know, in certain aspects. But yeah, and a bit later on, they still tried to attack. We defend. We try to counter them in a different style, and then bang, pass to Thomas Partey. Partey slots it in, makes it 2-0, and bang, game, set, and match. Then they try to do whatever they want. They try to attack. They try to shoot. They try to cross and everything, but it doesn't work. It didn't work. Arsenal comfortably let it go till the end, and it was what it was. Yeah, overall 2-0, 3 points in the books. Average performance. Some players, only players I would say were actually very good today was Raya. It was Trossard, those are 2, and Saliba. Phenomenal recovery, world-class center-back recovery on that attack when Ramsey was through. The way he recovered with the pace, the tackle, perfect tackle, not to give away a penalty or anything, not to screw up the game or anything. Insane, incredible, fantastic. For me, he's the closest player we have to a world-class standard of a player. Now the thing is, if we don't win anything, big chance Real Madrid snag him up and we never see him again. That is something we cannot take for granted, because at some point, if we don't start winning, these big players will start to leave. It's inevitable, let's be real. If you want to leave a legacy, you have to win titles. And Real Madrid, if it comes calling, it doesn't matter for who you play, unless that team is dominating Europe or something, you go to Real Madrid. Let's be honest. But yeah, Trossard, man of the match for me, came out, completely changed the style of play. Was one of the key factors why we scored, how the game changed. Rice, for example, gets 4 for me. He got spun by Roger all over the place. He even got sent on yellow. Timber was decent. Gabriel with the Bozo moment really pissed me off. It was the Bozo Gabriel back, and that was very annoying, I'm not gonna lie. White was decent, 6 out of 10. Saliba gets 8 out of 10. Gabriel, just because of that episode as well, I would give him 7 out of 10. Timber gets 7. Partey gets 7. He scored a goal. No, Partey. Wait, passes, between the lines, recoveries. 7, yeah, 7. I would have given 6 if he didn't score a goal, but in general he would give me a 6. Odegaard gets a 5. Yes, he tried to pass it all over the place, but shoot the damn ball, dumbass. He had many instances where he could have just shot. He had open line to goal. He decides to overplay it. Tries to take on extra 3 players, or he has the Jesus syndrome. Jesus does the same thing. He has open line to the goal, but he tries to take on 4 more players for some reason. He did that on multiple occasions as well. And when he had the greatest chance to score from Trossard's assist, by the way, he yeets it into Rose Z or even out of the Villa Park and hit the car that's parked outside the stadium. It is what it is. Martinelli, as I said, gets a 2. Did nothing, was very shambolic, very annoying, and didn't do anything. Havertz gets a 4. Did nothing. He pressed, he did some things, was chasing his first touch and didn't do much, and whiffed shots he had. Saka gets a 5, general 5. He also didn't do much. He tried to do anything, but he was pretty much also man-marked out of the game. If you want to call him world-class, he needs to find a way to get out of those situations. Either movements, change positions, or something. Talk with Arteta, decide. But if you want to call Bukayo Saka world-class, You need to find a place around the fact that you get triple teamed or marked out of the play. Because Saka got done that to him today. Digne was following him around most of the time. If it wasn't Digne, they instantly switched to him. But he was more or less pretty much man-marked throughout the whole game. That's why he gets a 5. Trossard came on. He is my man of the match, gets a 9. He created chances. He scored the winning goal. He had a chance to score more. He gets a 9. Just because he was the X factor. He changed the game. He changed the complexion of the game. And he was the sole reason why Arsenal won the game in the end. Raya, for me, I didn't give Raya a rating. He's 9 as well. He kept us in the game when it mattered the most. So he gets 9 as well. For me, Trossard's man of the match because he scored the winning goal. But might as well give it to David Raya for making game-saving save. As much as weird it sounds. Nelson came on. Yeah, lol. Didn't play much. It's under 5. Calafiori. Good pass. Something. 6. Let's just say that. I don't remember who else came on. It has been a long stream. I do watch longs for Arsenal, so I just completely have zoned out a bit. But yeah, overall 2-0 win. Very weird game. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the game, on the performances. Who was your man of the match? And have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Take care. Stay safe. See you soon. Peace.